podcast. Your Lady Robotika comic strip. Tell us about that.
Thank you for mentioning that,
Yeah.
Maria.
Yes. That's rock and roll guitar, right?
Yeah,
The hero
it's
now,
totally
right?
a rock and roll hero. I wrote a comic book series called Lady Robotika. Well, actually, Jane Wiedlin's Lady Robotika, and it's about me. It's autobiographical. I get abducted by aliens, and there's a slave ship, and they try and turn me into a cyborg, and then I end up on this alien world, and then I free the slaves, and I become a cyborg superhero, and it's all completely true, all based on fact.
Yes.
And after writing the comic book, I decided that I should make it into a musical.
Yes. Oh my God! And the music was fantastic.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to see that, and that was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where is that now? And it's the stages.
Well, what I've discovered in the last year since writing the book and writing all the music is that it really doesn't matter if you write a book and all the music. You still need like $1 gazillion and producers, and you need all this stuff to make things happen, and none of which I actually have. So what I've been doing, because it's kind of my life goal now, is to actually see it like properly on stage with like costumes and production and sets.
It deserves it.
I've started entering it in contests in New York City where you enter your musical, and like they choose 5 to 10 of them, and they end up staging them in New York, and then you have a chance of like theaters and directors and producers seeing your work and possibly picking it up. So that's where I'm at right now. Unless anyone out there has tons of money and wants to back a really, really great rock and roll comedy.
Fucking awesome!
Oh yeah.
Science fiction comedy musical. It's very tongue-in-cheek. It's sexy. It's got a lot of SM in it, which is very appropriate considering where we are.
Yes, and the story actually is a very powerful story. My interpretation was it was about technology gone bad, which really is very relevant to what we're doing. And of course, rock and roll has to save the world, right?
Totally. To me, I think you can sum it up in the sentence, and that sentence is "Be your own hero." Because at the start, the girl, who isn't really me, I was just joking, the girl has no confidence in herself, and she worships this rock star, and by the end she becomes a rock star, and she realizes that, be your own hero.
Yeah.
So that's what everyone should do. Be your own hero.
That's right.
A lot of us do look up to people like that and put ourselves in there, but we don't realize that with our own initiative, we could become that same thing.
And these people that we worship are really just people.
Just people, just like all of us. Yes, that's very true.
Is that what rock and roll is to you, being your own hero? How would you define rock and roll?
I think it's partially that, and for me, being a go-go, over the years I've sort of like come up with this like mission statement that's in only my head and nobody else's, but it's for the Go-Go's, for me, it's to like bring joy to people, because over and over the last 37 years, what people say is like, man, your band really made me happy, or like, I was so depressed and I listened to your music and I felt better, and I'm like, wow, I actually have the power to make people happy. That's a very powerful thing to do, and then actually to realize.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that.
I know, I waited until the top of the hour for your video to come on when I was watching the TV going out.
Oh, it impacted me. I mean, you girls were so cool.
Exactly.
I don't want to embarrass you, but you girls were really cool.
Actually, there's a few people here right now. The male and female lead of last year's production of Lady Robotika, Trixie Carr, and Flynn Zickmeyer.
Yes.